Coach.
Obviously a hard-fought game, which only makes you better. Congratulate Kenton Facey's, Amita Brima, and Rodney Purvis on a great career. Those guys play extremely hard. They're what college basketball is all about. They never give in. They had unbelievably bad luck with injuries this season. And I got great respect for Kevin and his program, how hard those guys play. So that being said, our guys performed today, especially some of these guys sitting next to me. Kyle has carried us a lot offensively this year, and he was obviously a non-factor today with foul trouble. But we got a lot of answers on this team, and they haven't gotten a lot of attention. I would say the same thing about SMU. They got great players as well. So it was just, I was happy, extremely happy for these guys they were able to perform on this stage today.
What did you see with Brima and Gary Clark? What did you see?
I did not. Last week I saw him throwing a flagrant elbow that wasn't called. That's why his tooth is loose. But I did not see that whatever happened today. I haven't seen that yet.
Coach, how well do you feel like y'all are playing right now, and what do you see at SMU given what you've seen this weekend?
Well, yesterday is meaningless come Sunday. So when Saturday becomes yesterday in March, it's all one game world. Michigan State looked unstoppable last year. They got to the NCAA tournament and they lost to Middle Tennessee State. So none of it matters. You better be ready to play if you're trying to win a tournament. That said, SMU is, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the country. They've proved it all year. They've proven it all year. They're extremely hard to play defense against because of their intelligence level. They're extremely well coached. They got veteran guys, and their talent level is high. They got guys that can make shots, and they really pass the ball to each other. They totally play to win. They do not care who scores. They're just trying to win the game. They've got some unbelievable winners on their team. My respect for their personnel is why I voted 4 of them first team all-league.
Mick, you alluded to this in your opening statement about not getting much from Kyle, but still gutting out a win. How much does that say about, you've talked about this before, the balance that you have and the weapons that you have? Is this like a testament to the overall strength of your team?
Well, you got to try to develop it as much as possible. You know, we play this year, we play with 10 scholarship guys, with Kane Broom sitting out for next year. So it's been I've been constantly preaching to our bench that they're going to be the key to any run we make in March if we make one, because games like this happen. Foul trouble happens to a guy like Kyle. Jacob had foul trouble for a while as well. You know, another team starts playing extremely well against you. Obviously, Jalen Adams really was breaking us down at will in the second half. And you got to have some answers. You got to have some guys perform off the bench. And in different spots, Quadri was really good for us. Obviously, Jaron Cumberland's he's like another starter. But I think it's going to continue to be a big key for us if we're going to continue to advance. I would say Adams was able to do what he did because he's really good. And I think he was not healthy last week, at least, you know, not totally. And he definitely has got his explosiveness back. He's just really, really good player. He's like Barry Sanders with a basketball out there. I mean, his change of direction and explosiveness is tremendous.
We'll go to Tom over here.
Mick, you figured going in, their 500 record.
Yeah, their record meant nothing.
What I was going to say is
They were 2-0.
you figured they
coming
were going.
into today.
Yeah, you figured they were going to throw everything at you, hard physical game. Is that good for you guys to see at this point, or how did you guys take?
Yeah, I think the worst thing in basketball is to get false hope. And you play teams that do not challenge you, or do not have the personnel to challenge you, or do not physically challenge you. So, you know, I think sometimes you can fall into bad patterns as a team, and you start to have success in ways that are not going to happen when you play a quality team. So playing UCONN on the road with Vance Jackson back in the lineup with Jalen Adams healthy. Obviously, we knew what was coming today, and it just makes you better.
Go to Dave in front.
Not trying to insinuate anything here, but just does the flow of the game kind of get wrecked with when so many calls are being made both ways?
If there's a foul, let me say this, the guys are paid a lot of money, and if there's fouls on any team, they should be called. And in the last 2 or 3 weeks, all around our league, there's been a lot of stuff going on. It needs to be called. It's a basketball game. So whether it's an elbow, he's going to call on both teams, needs to be called. You're talking to a guy who was a part of a horrible incident a long time ago, where stuff wasn't called and stuff escalated, and it was a terrible, terrible scene for 2 great universities. So that stuff needs to be called. Any foul needs to be called. If it's a foul, it's a foul. You always have a choice, then don't foul. You know, so I thought those aren't easy games to officiate, but you know what? Sometimes those guys get paid a lot of money, and both teams play zone, and nobody touches anybody, and they get to go to dinner. So today they had to earn their money.
Get 1 or 2 more for Coach. Okay. Seeing none, Coach, well, thank you for your time today.
Well,
Congratulations.
They're passing it to somebody.
Oh, they're passing. We'll get 1 more in. All right.
I'm blinded, but I think I
can't
can.
see, yeah.
No, you're
I
good.
know.
You know, what did y'all, going back to previewing tomorrow's game, what worked well for y'all in that first game against SMU that may not have worked as well in that second game?
Well, we played really well in the second game. We led until the 10-minute mark, and last 15 minutes we scored 10 points. And that's because they're really good on defense. They were at home, their intensity level ratcheted up. And I think, you know, if much like a team like Virginia, if they force you to just shoot all jump shots, you're going to lose. I think it's fool's gold. So you got to find a way to get some layups and free throws, whether it's off the post up, the drive, the second shot. But it's not easy against them. There's a reason they're as good as they are, and their players are very smart too. So it's really hard to break their defense down. You know, the first game we made a lot of shots early, same as the second game. But I would say, you know, I think too many coaches say, well, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. They're really, really good. They took a lot of stuff away from us. They made it really hard on us to score inside. And it's a credit to their players. They stepped up and got the job done, just like we did the first time. So, you know, I'm just a big believer in performance. And, you know, we're going to have to perform really well to win tomorrow.